What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Beck, aka Dansgray, and welcome to a bonus episode of the Final Fantasy X Pbirdman mod. Hopefully the last episode you watched was the first Dark Bahamut battle that I had. Off the back of that one, there was a few things that I wasn't particularly over the moon about, and me and Pbirdman had a chat. I sent him a recording of the battle as soon as I could, well before you guys would have seen it, and I wanted to just ask him, are you happy with this? What do you want to do? Do you agree that we need to, do a little work on this one? And he agreed. He said that it didn't quite play out how I wanted it to. Some elements I did like, but some of the stuff that I wanted to do, it didn't really come off how I wanted it to, and there's a few extra things I think I can add to it. So he said, if you don't mind, can you do a Mark II version of this battle? And I said, of course, because Dark Bahamut is, for me, is one of the highlight Dark Aeon battles. He's so cool. It's such an amazing environment to have a battle in. And I want him to try and get the most out of this particular battle. If you guys haven't been watching the series all along, or maybe you've started joining at the Dark Aeons and stuff, just another reminder that this is really I am the first and only person to test these battles so far. So this is still the testing phase. So what you guys would have seen, in most cases, is not going to be the final product. Even when it's a good battle, there's usually a few tweaks to be made before the public version. So for this session, what I will do is I will re-attempt Dark Bahamut. Sometimes it's the case that between Mark 1 and Mark 2, it gets too difficult. So he puts in a few extra things that really tip it over the edge, and it just becomes a superhumanly tough battle. And we'll see if that's the case for this one. And if it is, then I might just sort of leave it at this episode, and you guys will have two sort of different versions to see in the playlist. But for the public version, probably you'll meet something in between the two, because I don't want to have 3, 4, 5 episodes on Dark Bahamut personally. So I'll just have this Mark II version of the battle. We'll see how we do, and we'll go from there. Now, one thing that I did mention in the previous battle was that it took a very long time. Apparently he had 5 million HP compared to 4 million in the vanilla, but when you add in the sort of auto regen kind of thing that was going on, it resulted in about, I would say, maybe 7, 8 million, maybe more worth of damage that we had to do, and it basically took an hour and a half. So I said, I don't know, that seems a bit too long to me. We haven't had a Dark Aeon that's taken anywhere near that long, and we still have things Dark Anima and Penance to come. I mean, if Bahamut is an hour and a half, what's Penance going to be, right? So I said maybe it might be better if you make the battle a little bit shorter. Now, because this is a second sort of attempt / session, I'm going to play the game in double speed. I don't really need to use attack reels and stuff for this battle, so I'll just overlay the sort of the challenge theme in the background, and I'll play the battle in double speed so that if it does take another hour and a half, 2 hours, we can sort of condense it down into a more reasonable episode length, because you would have watched the battle already. So I'm going to head in with the same, exactly the same setup that I did last time. I just fired up the same save. I don't have overdrives again for these guys, but I'll see if I can manage. I did manage last time, and we'll just see if it's possible. So just a final check that we've got all this stuff. Okay, let's go in and see what we can do against Mark II Bahamut. Okay. So, gonna up to double speed here. Okay. The music gets too annoying at this stage, so I'll switch it to actual background music instead, and you won't hear the SFX, but it's no biggie. Now, everything stays the same in terms of how I approach the battle. That's not going to change for now, and we'll make adjustments on the fly based on what Pbirdman has done. So, I mean, the primary thing was for me that the battle took too long. Bahamut was too tanky. 5 million HP plus basically auto regen just made the battle take forever, and I think it was too long. It felt to me like Impulse didn't do enough armor break. I feel like armor break is the most damaging thing that Impulse can do, and more often than not it was just one person that got armor broken that just dealt with it straight away. I mentioned, I think, the fact that it didn't really have any unique moves. I mean, I saw Cheap Shot, which was basically another variation of the slap anyway, and I said it feels like almost every Dark Aeon battle we've had, they've had at least one sort of new move. And I feel like this one was a bit lacking in that department. So the really long battle, plus the fact it didn't really have any new moves, it just made it feel much more flat than it could have been. So those were the main notes that I gave to him. But it's often the case that maybe if I say like 5 things, he maybe does 1 of them or 2 of them, and then he throws in like 3 or 4 things of his own that I don't know. So it often pretty much ends up being another blind run. So we'll just see how this goes. 5 times aim really helped, so I'm gonna go with that. We'll see if he's done anything to make it even more difficult to hit. If that's the case, then we might be in trouble. So there's a sleep effect there. Just thinking, is it worth... Is it worth using light curtains and stuff? Because that was powerful. If that's a critical hit, that's 28,000. And I remember him getting a lot of critical hits in the previous one. In fact, maybe more as time goes on. I don't exactly remember... I don't exactly think I figured out what the wither effect was, but it might be luck related, I don't know. So same deal for now. I mean, it's usually a long time before we see the Mega Flare. So I'd like to make as much headway as I can here. So use these early turns just to get ready for the onslaught. Ooh, so Impulse is no longer a counter move. So that already changes things a lot. That's interesting. And we have 1 armor break. I believe Impulse itself causes is magic damage. So I think if you have mental break and you get hit by Impulse, I think you take full damage. So we can't mess with that. And what this also means is that we can't really use things like Protect because we're going to have to Dispel on the regular, and that's not cool. What I'm not seeing so far is like an auto regen kind of situation, which is interesting. Just have to try and keep an eye on everything again here. Alright, my HP is doing pretty well. Let's try and get a hit in, see how we do. Okay, first hit, that's a good sign. Remember, Dark Bahamut is stealth mode. We're not going to be seeing the overdrive gauge, and we're not going to be seeing the CTB. So we've got to be extremely careful. Basically, the goal is, before we get too far down the line, I need to cast Auto Life on everybody, just in case. Unholy Meteor, here we go. That's a new move. Roughly 20,000, and I think that whoa, you okay there? Alright, he enjoyed that. And I think that activated a regen as well. But no negative effects on me, at least. Okay. If it's an activated regen, does that mean I can be cheeky and try and dispel it? Let's just... I'll try and hit with Waka anyway. He's the most consistent. And let's try and dispel here. I think it worked. Okay. Ooh, there you go. The sleep hits. So even if you've got Ribbon, is one of those that can bypass Ribbon. It maybe carries some other statuses in case you don't have Ribbon. So we've got to be very careful. I think with Waka, I'm always going to try and make the hit here. He's the most accurate. And we'll probably get through a lot of remedies here too. But even Waka's missing pretty regularly. This is not good. Riku's been cursed again. She's the one that needs the overdrive the most, so I'm just trying to... I feel like my MP is really going to be drained in this battle. Okay. As long as we keep that regen at bay, we can chip away here. Because we've got like new perils in this battle, so if we're constantly dealing with healing and sort of removing negative state effects, all that kind of stuff, and he has regen all the time, we get to that stage where we can't really keep up. But we're missing a lot here. Not good. Yeah, armor break percent is still manageable, but impulse happens more regularly to compensate, so I guess that's probably his line of thinking, which I'm fine with. Okay. I'm not going to quick pockets every single time. I do need to be a little bit careful with my MP. But we're missing a lot here. Even with 5 times aim, it's pretty significant. And of course, when will Mega Flare happen? We haven't really charged a lot of overdrive here, so I think I have to start doing this like manually just in case. I'm willing to take a risk on that. There you go, you see? Ooh. Yeah, so the deal with this is that it can go critical. Obviously, if it's too much of a problem, we have to just up our luck here. Yeah, you see, Riku didn't get hit with a critical there. Oh, wait a minute, it takes away all of our MP now? Holy shit. Well, that's a problem. I might start using more fantasy potions at this stage if I need to quickly recover. And he's got the regen again. Shit. Probably still Turbo Ether instead. And okay, wait, full life has gone down to 99 MP, so he's still tweaking full life settings. Okay, I go Dispel like now. Miss, that's not good. Is this a chance of missing or... oh shit. Okay, this is definitely much harder than Mark 1. God damn. And he gets a slap afterwards. Yeesh. This is not good. This is really not good. The fact that we can't Dispel here is an absolute killer. And that recovery just happening fast. And he's got no MP either. Which means he can't entrust. We'll just keep healing for now. I don't have too much choice. But yeah, the taking of MP is huge. It's going to cause us big problems. And I don't know how to deactivate the regen. Riku still has 5 times aim, so I'm going to try. Ugh. Yeah, this bow is a lot more dangerous now. A lot more dangerous. So I just got to try and keep an eye on what's activating and what's deactivating the regen. In any case, let's go back to this. I have to prioritize Ultra Null. Okay, we only have a power break here. I'm just going to go. Okay, good. Got to work off. You see the regen, by the way, it's been disabled again. So Impulse, I guess, can deactivate it. Good to know. Will he go for another hit? So I'm going to use less quick pockets here, I think, because my MP is just not, it's not doing great. But I should have a little room here before the next Mega Flare. I guess his new counter is the Unholy Meteor thing. And Impulse has just become a regular move, which I think I like. armor break here. That's got to go. I think while I have a chance, I'm just going to entrust to Riku anyway. But yeah, these back-to-back impulses are pretty scary. As long as it's not getting back-to-back turns, then it's not so bad. Magic Break I can deal with. Just go. I'm going to go for another overdrive here. And just try to not have Curse when there's Mega Flare. So Titus is Curse proof. That's a benefit. I think with Mega Flare I'm going to lose all of my MP anyway, so screw it. Come on. Titus has MP to burn, so I don't mind him using Quick Pocket so much. So we're still doing damage. I think we're on the right track. Just have to keep hanging in there. Oh, the Mega Flare came quicker than I expected. I don't know if he's made the overdrive charge a little more quickly. Okay, didn't go critical on 2 of our characters. That's good. But of course, every time we lose all of our MP, that's a problem. See, now it's a problem because we can't dispel. So this is where it gets very dangerous. And I think this is where I should just use a Mega Elixir. Not going to take a chance here. And the son of a bitch has 2 armor breaks on us. Oh, look at Titus' MP doubling, by the way, 3,200. Whoa. I have not seen MP like that in a long time. Yeah, only trouble is Waka doesn't have any aim. So I need to recast the 5 times aim. Okay, he still has, so let's go. And I need to see... I need to see an impulse. That deactivated it last time. I don't know if it's just a fixed number of turns or if it deactivated because of it. We'll keep an eye. Okay, just not leaving Waka alone. Okay. I feel like, again, we're struggling to hit more than I'd like. Here you go. Yeah, we really have to keep making those hits. Well, enough of them. But at least the overdrive isn't going critical that much at the moment. That's keeping us in the game. But we haven't seen an impulse yet, so that auto regen is still going. I call it auto, but it's like activated and deactivated. You get what I mean. Unholy Meteor. I guess if it uses this and then it has the next attack, it can get very dangerous, but it charges overdrive gauge as well, which is also important to note. But still no sign of that regen abating. But at least we're getting hits in here. I'm pretty happy with how we're doing so far. I feel like this battle would catch a lot of people out. You've got to remember, I spent like 2 hours getting used to the whole, like, no CTB, no overdrive, And well, I've been playing the Pbirdman mod for 210 hours, and I also have a hell of a lot of Final Fantasy X experience over the years. So, like, I feel like if this is the public release version, this is going to catch a lot of people out, and it can still obviously catch me out too. But so far, I'm keeping up, but it's dangerous, very dangerous, and it's going to be a resource hog as well, depending on how many Mega Flares you have to face. Now I'm considering using a fantasy potion for Waka 2. We might be able to save him from the next Mega Flare, so let's try that. I've been saving all of these up. I've got to use these in the most difficult battles of the game. There's not that many battles left. Okay. I keep using Remedy. I need to use Holy Water. It's my bad. There you go. Okay, let's get back on the attack. Still haven't seen an impulse. I don't know if it's just bad luck at this stage, or if there's some other mechanic to it, but there you go. So I mean, Unholy Meteor can definitely catch you out, but it's not like brutal damage. Now I don't know if it can go critical potentially. If it can, then yes, it's even more dangerous, but 20k is not too bad. I think at this stage though, from what you guys have seen as well, you can pretty much confirm that you can't really do these battles without break HP limit. If you're seeing this and you're like, I want to take it to an even higher level somehow, then I guess no break HP limit for these battles is something that you might want to try. It might take you like 50 attempts just to beat one of them, but that's like next level. And of course, the time when I doubled up Waka's HP, that's when he ended up dying. Now, I was going to say, if that was an impulse, we'd have been in big trouble. Okay. Just thinking, do we Mega Elixir it here? I think we do. Again, still haven't seen an impulse, so his regen just continues to just go, which is very strange. It really didn't last long last time, but this time it's a problem. And look at it gaining back like 50k, 50k, 50k. Arsehole. Okay, so one of us has got to go still. There you go. As long as this switches off the regen, I'm happy with that. I don't think it did this time actually. I can still see it flickering. You see what I mean? I don't get how that works. It's another one of these mechanics that you try to figure out, but it's not very easy to understand. See, he still got it. Like last time, I'm pretty sure it stopped after. Let's see if I can dispel this time, because one time I dispelled it and one time it said miss. Yeah, you see, I can't tell. It's weird. But we're losing a lot of ground here, so I have to really get back on it. Yeah, I barely did anything. Of course, there's always some kind of wither mechanics in here as well to make life more and more difficult as you go on. But I just don't know how to activate and deactivate the regen. That's the biggest problem. Let's check Unholy Meteor. That do it? Oh, great. Nope, that didn't do it either. So we're still none the wiser on how to get rid of it. It's weird, we have these streaks where, again, we hit it pretty regularly, and then we have streaks where we just can't to save our lives. He's power broken. No, he just got crappy HP. Okay, fine. Yeah, this is not good. You see the battle slipping away again. We were doing well, but... Really? It just used it, though. It's getting really unpredictable now. I don't know what's going on here. I need Titus to have a go so I can use... It's like I need to keep... Okay, what the fuck? It's just using it stupidly frequently now. I'm confused. I mean, again, with auto regen as well, it's impossible for me to keep up. I'm not sure what he expects here. Not entirely sure what to do. And again, losing ground all the time. It's like I need to do something, like I need to stop it, but... It was all going fine again, and then something just changed, and now the battle's flipped again. I'm going to trust in the fact that Ty's going to survive for a bit here. Now our quick pockets. Right, now we've got an impulse. Oh, 12,000. What? Right, I think this time the regen's gone. But of course I just can't make a hit now. Yeah, this turned into a very frustrating battle now. Yeah, and thingy's back, and the regen is back. I got all of like one turn to try and do something. Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, it's very tough to follow along with exactly what's happening here as well. It's just... Yeah, there you go. So they had mental break. I was busy trying to bring back Titus. We're really down in the dumps now. And I feel like it's not too far away. So I have to prepare for it. Which means, again, I can't attack, which means... You see, look, he used impulse, and again the regen disappeared. But now no one has aim, so we're not going to be able to hit anything here. I mean, I can try and get Waka to hit something, but it's going to be unlikely. Yeah, again, the battle for the first 10-15 minutes felt easy. For the first 10-15 minutes felt easy enough, and then it all sort of flipped again. So now that we can actually not have to deal with regen, we can't make a hit. So I might have to up my luck for this one. If I fail this one, I think I'm going to up my luck another tier and come back. Because at the moment it's not working. There's just too much missing here. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm struggling too. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet and say your stats just aren't good enough. So I guess if he uses impulse now, we die anyway, right? Again, experimental battle here, so I'm just going to Mega Elixir this. There's just so many turns of healing and dispelling that once the regen happens, we just can't keep up. It's just magic break, so we'll manage. So let's go back to what we were doing before. Oh god. Yep. I think those are getting increasingly more powerful, so we have another a wither situation in full effect. And once again, we're not able to get fully buffed here. Yeah, that regen is just unrelenting. I think it's such a difficult thing to work with. It just makes certain battles just go out of control. It's like now I have to waste at least 2 more moves healing here. Then I have to deal with the damage I've received, and then it's already the next turn and he's healed like 200,000 HP. So you can see why it's looking very, very, very difficult. Oh, what? I didn't realize that caused like a delay. That sucks. And it healed for 86,000 afterwards. Yeah, we're in trouble here. I mean, it's probably healed back like most of its HP at this stage. Just not getting a chance to do any damage. So I think that's why I think one of the main things we have to do is we have to get our luck up here. It's going to stop problems related to that as well. There's just too many things that's causing us to be on the back foot while this guy's got regen going. Regen's disappeared again, by the way. But he has power break, so we have to waste yet more turns here. Right? Okay, fine. But it's like we have to play the constant healing game here. And we can only do quad 9 at a time. Gonna attack here. 40,000 only. I feel like my strength is going down though. I think that's one of the withers that we're receiving. And that means that all of these hits that are not happening, this is all just wasting my time further. So it's increasingly looking to me like I'm gonna get taken out in this battle. And the only way to not is to up my luck, I think. I mean, if the regen is triggered somewhat by the amount of attacks I do to it, so if, like, let's say impulse is a regen factor, which it doesn't seem to be, but all of these wasted turns is just, they're going to add up quick. So it's like, these are the windows where you can actually get some good damage in, they work well, but I just can't get enough hits in to make it count. I'm missing out on a lot of damage. It must have been about 1.5 million damage I've thrown away so far. Just wondering, can I push up to full HP? At least with a couple of them. But you're seeing it at full HP, he's still only doing 83,000 by the way. And the regen is back. Yeah, so first port of call will be more luck, and if more luck is still not enough, then you might need some kind of secondary team here to really push this. I just want all three characters to survive a Mega Flare, which will give me a much better chance of actually doing some real damage. I feel like maybe I would have done like 2 million damage or something, but it's always Walker as well, the one... God's sake. Good. I just feel like I swear Dispel worked like one time. Pretty sure it did. But you can see it's getting increasingly difficult here. If there's like one single thing that I could say has really sort of impacted me in terms of the Pbirdman mod, it has been the way that he's been able to sort of make these battles change over time. The way battles slip away from you is something so unique, I think, to the Pbirdman mod. It's something I really appreciate. It's something so different. Battles where for like the first 10 minutes you feel like you can do this. You're pretty confident, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse, and it just grinds you out. It's really interesting. See, another one bites the dust. It's just relentless. It really is. And it just gets harder and harder and harder to keep up. See, now Walker's aims are gone. Now I have to waste turns trying to heal, trying to cast aim. Just can't hang. I think the regen might have already gone, but I had to be sure. But you see, now is a great window to attack, but Walker had to just go and die. So it's just, god damn. I think definitely once I come back with more luck, this battle will be won, I'm pretty sure. So much so that I'm considering kind of quitting the battle at this stage, because I haven't even got halfway. So actually what I will do that, because I'm not even halfway. I'm going to quit the battle. I'm going to come back with like maybe 30 more luck, and then we're going to try this again. And I think we're going to get it. Okay, welcome back everybody. Full disclosure, I went into Final Fantasy X editor and did this. I couldn't be bothered to spend... I gave Oren a little bit of extra luck too, just in case I need him. But instead of taking like half an hour out to get everyone some more luck, I just decided to just go quickly, because I want to get the session recorded, and that's more important. You guys have seen me farm luck multiple times already. So what we're going to do is we're going to head in with 100 luck and see if that serves us any better. So that's the plan. Let's see how we do. I gave everyone a full overdrive as well, just to make life a bit easier. But let's see if 100 luck plus 5 times aim is going to help us hit him consistently enough, and also save us from more criticals from Mega Flare. So I'm hoping this is going to be the thing that tips it enough in my favour that I can win the battle before all of the withering and all that kind of stuff it just makes it almost impossible. So let's see. Right. I'm confident enough with this one that I'm going to go back down to normal speed, because the first one felt a bit more experimental because I didn't know if the battle was going to work and all that kind of stuff. Now that I know the battle actually works, I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay. So I think regardless of 100 luck, I still want 5 times aim, but hopefully much less criticals from this, which is going to be pretty impactful as we move on. And I feel like the odds of me surviving Mega Flare is going to go up pretty drastically. All pretty important stuff. Only thing is I have to stay quick. You have to stay on the attack, especially when it doesn't have regen. So first attack is a miss despite 30 more luck. That's a good start. Hopefully that's more rare than common. Otherwise not a huge amount is going to change. Then it might mean we have to get involved with the accuracy stat, potentially. Okay, that's better. Unholy Meteor already? What the fuck? So it must be like a percentage chance of happening, so like a, I don't know, a 15% chance on any given attack. Can't be anything else, surely. Did it also trigger regen, by the way? Yes, it did, frustratingly. Okay. So especially before a lot of Wither takes effect, we really have to just go. Gotta bombard this arsehole. Okay. Let's get it. They're still missing an alarming amount. I thought we'd get it more than this. It's been 50% so far. So we're looking like around 50%. For Waka it's probably higher because he has decent accuracy. Should be interesting. I think the thing I'm most interested in is the Mega Flare. And I hate that 86,000 that it gains afterwards. Such a bastard. So I sacrificed one turn there because I knew it was Waka. Now just remember, Mental Break is also deadly here because it can use Impulse pretty much at will now. I guess we just have to keep attacking it enough for it to use the Meteor thing and sort of wipe it out. Okay. It's nice to hear the challenge theme live again. I didn't get to listen to it properly because of the speed up in the first battle. It's just so good, and it suits the environment so well. I'm going to keep momentum here, and I'm going to get the Hyper Mighty, or the Mega Mighty G. I think regen's gone again, by the way. Yeah, maybe Impulse has like a percentage chance of switching it on or off, maybe. Because it's so hard. I've definitely seen Impulses where the regen's carried on afterwards. So maybe it's only a partial switch. It's one of the only things I can consider right now. In any case, let's keep going. We definitely are hitting it more consistently, and it's not like, obviously it's not guaranteed as you've seen, but I think the percentage has gone up. I mean, logically it should be 30%, and that looks accurate enough to me. He says just before missing. But yeah, I'm happy with the percentage now. It looks like good timing as well with the Hyper Mighty. I think 100 seems like a better benchmark. I probably would have needed it for Yojimbo anyway, I think, so maybe if you're watching this is more of a guide thing as opposed to entertainment. When it's your turn to fight this guy in the Pbirdman mod, you might want to get up to 100 luck. 70 was just about enough for Shiva, but... Okay, we've still got one critical hit there, unfortunately. Another thing, by the way, to factor in is that we could, I guess, technically We could up the HP to like around 90,000, and then even if it goes critical, we're guaranteed to survive. And I do have the HP spheres for that. So if it does become a serious issue, I can do it that way. But we haven't seen any criticals from the slap, which is also important, I think. Let's use some of these. Right, Walker's pretty much ready to go. Yeah, just got to keep momentum, man. I think we'll manage with a turbo ether for now. If it's just one person, we'll be okay. Right, let's check if there's any mental breaks. I might have missed that. They got the dash status as well, by the way. Slapping time. I think auto regen is gone again. Just thinking, is it worth... I think for Riku a few aims is going to help here. I'm not going to use the overdrive because two of these guys already... Oh, no, the regens have gone. Sometimes it's hard to tell the little flickering things. But this is an important stage of the battle because I really have to keep doing damage consistently before the wither effects really start to show themselves. So this is not a time to play around. Gonna stay aggressive here. It's just nice to see that maximum damage and then only 100 healing from regen. That's the best. But yes, well done for giving us a new move as well. I think that was definitely needed. And I think Meteor suits Bahamut. And also the space vibe that we got here with like the sort of all the stars and the galaxy in the background. I think it works. You see again, it looks to my eye like regen is gone, but then I see some flickering. No, it's not gone. We had that weird phase where it used the meteor thing back to back, and that I guess further leads me to think that that just happens if you're kind of unlucky. If it does have like a 10%, 15, 20% chance of a counter, I guess that's when you see it back to back sometimes. Still missing a little more than I'd like here, but we're getting by. That's a bad one. It's a bad outcome. The entire's got to keep the pressure on here. Ah. Of course, got to respect the meteor as well, potentially. And her MP's finished. I'm not going to go for the hit. Okay, auto regen is gone. I just want to see it slump below halfway. If I see that, that's going to be motivational for me. And And I think for Riku, I'm still going to try. I mean, I only got 1 out of 3 criticals last time, so we might be able to get this done. We can avoid the Mega Flare. So I'm going to invest a few turns here in case it keeps Riku alive. Still got the critical. It's bad. I might use another fantasy potion here. I don't know if it's a good idea to use this many of them, but I just need the momentum right now. Okay. It's good. Just gonna do it via white magic this time. Okay. So again, as long as it doesn't go critical, we've got a chance here. While there's no regen, I'm just going to keep going. I know Waka's cursed, but at this stage I've got to go. Okay. $150. Oh, it heals from the damage it does to me as well. Well, that's cheeky. Wow. What a series of moves. Okay. Gonna Mega Elixir here. Because for all of that stuff, we did all survive. So we need to capitalize here if we can. Only magic breaks, right? Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll do the healing mix to get everyone to max health. So let me just quickly check this again. It's one of those I always forget because I just don't use it that often. I don't want to kind of intuitively mix two good potions together and end up with something silly. So I just want to... There was one that broke... I think it was Final Elixir, but you know works. Because I think I got it wrong before. So I think it's Final Elixir. So let's do it. X potion mixed with a whole bunch of high level shit. I think Gambler's Spirit works. Yeah. Let's see this. Hopefully this works because this is an important move here. Yes, okay. So now we're officially in business and we can just go for this now. And we have some overdrive left over if we need it. I'll have Riku do the healing. We really need to see him slump after this round of turns, especially if that stupid regen runs out as well. No. Nah. These misses are killing me. There you go. But you've seen what a difference it makes to be able to survive Mega Flare. It's huge. I just wish he picked on Tidus more with this. Okay. Right, Waka's suffering a bit here. Let's not get carried away. And again, that regen just not running out at the moment. But we're still doing good damage. That's important. We've made much quicker progress this time than we did last time. So we just need to get it below half. I need to see it go below. There you go. Right on cue. Perfect. Okay. Looking better now. Looking better now. Starting to feel my chances a bit more here. But again, it's a bit of a race against time. Have to stay on it. I will throw in an Entrust from Tidus in case we can pull off the same move we did last time where we survived Mega Flare. Now I can use a Final Elixir on the first move. Ah, damn it. Let's see what the turn order is here and what we survive. I just needed like 2 more turns to give Riku that full overdrive. And then if she got the first turn after Mega Flare, that was going to be nice. But let's see what the turn order is here. Okay, this time Waka got it. Let's just quickly... Ah, shit. We can't entrust, obviously. So this is what forces us to use... I'm gonna save myself a Mega Elixir here, or at least try. Waka getting taken out again isn't a problem here. Yeah, that's fine. What I do need is a Quick Pockets first, I think, to bring Waka back, and then an Entrust. So if I can nail this series of turns, I've got a chance here. Trust. Okay, so knock out another Final Elixir. Waka won't benefit from this, but we'll manage. When someone gets taken out from the Mega Flare, there's not too much you can do. Okay. So we need to keep going here to drop him back below half. And also... Okay. I think maybe it cures all status abnormalities, potentially. Right, let's get back on it. I'm going to give Waka a... Because we're still pretty early on in the cycle, I'm going to give Waka one of these. So it doubles his HP after the fact. Damn, I was hoping to give him more than that, but fine. I'm just trying to set myself up again for a nice onslaught. I know he's back above half HP, but once I get the 5 times aim again and everyone's back to full HP, I should be able to nail this. Oh, for God's sake. There's always something. Come on. Because once I start getting those hits in, they start piling in. The damage starts piling in fast. So, all right, let's go, man. There you go. Just too many misses for my liking still, as you can see. Either there's a weather effect going on with that missing too. I feel like with 100 luck I shouldn't be missing this much. And it's just gaining HP all the fucking time. It's just, even with 100 luck, I think I'm struggling here. I don't know what it is and how he's doing it, but maybe again he's lowering my accuracy or some shit. I think maybe the wither effects are a bit too strong for this one. Given how long the battle is and we have to deal with regen, it's just like, come on man. Give me a break, yeah? It's just weird, you miss, and you string 3 moves together, and it's like, how do I do that? Okay. I need to get him slumping again soon. Like, this entire round we've basically made no impact. I'm just gonna attack. Screw the curse for now. There you go. Especially Waka, it just feels like Waka should not be missing. Right, let's see if that's disabled regen. It has not. Of course it didn't. Because it just seems to operate randomly anyway. But at this stage we're officially doing damage. We're officially beyond halfway. If I could just nail a few more hits before Mega Flare, that should help. Picking on Riku a lot in this particular rotation for some reason. It's just annoying that Remedy doesn't cure Curse. I think to benefit from the Mega Flare, I'll need to remove Riku's Curse on the next turn. Still feel like we're in with a shot here, but my momentum slowed more than I would have liked. Just need to keep up these big hits. When it goes critical, they die anyway, even if they have max HP, so just go. Yeah, I was just about to say I forgot to give Waka auto life. Yeah. There's always something that goes wrong. There's just too many variables in this battle. And that's often the case with the higher level Pbirdman ones. You've got to keep track of so many things. And it's another of those, like when you're watching someone else play, it's so much easier to keep track of what's going on when you're not the one that's actually playing and making decisions. But I think we're very cleanly... Oh, we survived it, no critical, that's nice. Well, there you go, that's something. Even if we got an impulse here, we wouldn't be in major trouble, so... I'm still going to use a Mega Elixir, I'm not feeling messing with anything here. Because I've had a good run so far. Wow, it just went critical and had enough. God damn. That's not good. Okay, so at this stage, pretty much everybody needs some help. Okay. Until Riku blesses us with that overdrive, we're not going to be able to do much. It's just, depending on what happens with Mega Flare, you just lose a lot of ground in this particular part of the battle. And still too many misses. And that regen just will not go away. Look at those criticals just starting to really come in now. Very weird. I feel like it's starting to really show now. Whatever the wither situation is, it's really kicking into gear now. Right. We really need like that regen to stop and to have a nice onslaught here, but it's just not happening. I still might go for a stamina tonic and thingy combo here, and I can really get into it again. Should give me plenty of turns. I just don't want to see it come back above half HP. If that happens, then that means I'm slipping too much in the battle to have enough momentum to finish this thing off. Okay. Right, now we just need Riku to do her thing, give us another super elixir, and we should be on our way. For fuck's sake. At least she gets the turn straight after. Right, from here on we've really got to move. I got too excited. Hold on. Right. Here we go. Let's get this done. This is where we really got to make haste. At least we're still hitting for max damage in this situation. Wow. Okay, Waka's at least safe, only mental break for him. Sorry, only magic break for him. But again, all of these are just turns that we're wasting, and we can't do more damage. That's another 100,000 right there that's been healed. And if you use Impulse again, we just loop again. Put someone to sleep, we have to spend time awakening them. Then we have to spend time healing them. So that was another 50,000 right there that just got back. You see what I mean? It's just so hard to keep up. See, that works, but then that doesn't heal his sleeping. It's just like, it's this chain of events that you're always at the mercy of whatever move it's using and how lucky you are at getting hits in and that kind of thing. Auto regen at these big levels of HP is just so horrible. I feel like 100 luck, it really is like the bare minimum for this stuff. Okay, you see, now I have to start thinking about auto life. So if I don't get those in, then I'm in deep shit anyway. I think I'm just going to do it like this. I'm not going to wait for an overdrive. I don't think that Mega Flare is too far away. Again, giving away more healing here. What can you do? 51,000, you son of a bitch. Stop healing so much. Stop being so evasive. I have a mind to just flipping come back with max luck and just absolutely slaughter this guy. I'm going to need 2 of these to make sure Waka survives if he doesn't get criticaled by Mega Flare, so it's got to be done. Okay, let's keep at it. I still feel like we're making progress. It's slow, but we're getting it done, I feel like. But we really can't go any slower than this, otherwise we're screwed. Come on, survive. Everyone survive. Again, it's 2 out of 3. Riku always needs an entrust. She's never the one that has the full overdrive, which is just annoying. I don't know if that's some sort of like priority thing or some shit. We're doing well in this battle, so I'm just going to keep pushing on with these. Let's see who's getting slapped. Bad choice. Bad choice. That sucks. At least he lost his curse status. Again, try and recover quick here, as quick as I can. We don't have enough overdrive, but look at him just gaining back fucking 50s, man. Sucks. Like right now, we can't do enough damage to it to make this work anyway. I just have to wait until I can get the Riku overdrive. But just seeing it gain 50 at a time is just painful. Finally. Trust. If I can enter a phase where I've got multiple overdrives, that should help. And that regen just, again, has not disappeared. We've had random windows where it has, but it's just been so few and far between. It's been really annoying. Okay, fuck it. I'm still just going to use this anyway. I don't care. I mean, it's used the Meteor thing, it's used Impulse a billion times, and that regen just will not go away. Okay, she's mental broken, so other than that, we're good. I've really got to go again. So recovered a few 100,000 HP right there. Hit Tidus. Just never hits Tidus on these, man. What the fuck? It's just annoying because it's threefold. You have to heal, you have to get rid of the sleep, and you have to get rid of the curse all at the same time, and you can't. Just can't do it. And again, all the time, just regaining more and more HP. And just dodging your attacks. It's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. The theme song is challenge, and this is a challenge. Look at it. I have 5 times aim and 100 luck. What gives? It's just about where you can miss 5 times in a row and then hit 5 times in a row. It just never makes sense. Just keeps picking on Waka relentlessly. Super annoying. Annoying enough that I'm going to use another fancy potion here. I can't be bothered to spend all that time healing. Let's just go. This arsehole just want to keep pulling regen moves. We've got to do what we can. I mean, it's so late into the Pbirdman mod that, like I say, you just... It's no holds barred, man. He's Everything is within his power at this stage. The only reason I would say that something is too powerful is just because he still needs to have some sort of curve. Even at this very late stage, if he makes this the hardest battle of the entire mod, then it's probably not the best idea again. So it's just one of those things. That's the only criticism I'd have, because I'd be like, well, how are you gonna like one up this? We've still got a few battles. We've still got a few battles to go. So something he has to consider. Again, Mega Flare is not a million miles away here, so I have to start thinking about it again. Nice 86,000 regained, thank you for that. And 2 armor breaks and a mental break, so I have no choice but to heal here. Just giving away so much healing. Don't have a damn choice. If you could hit every single time, it would be absolutely fine. But when this happens too, you just can't. You cannot gain momentum back. Okay, Ty's finally getting hit here. He'll get put to sleep now. Yeah, because he needs to entrust, remember. So that was the worst possible outcome once again. He didn't get to entrust. That's nice. Still gonna hit here, I think. So we need the Titus in Trust, and then we need the Mega Mighty G. And then we play the hoping and waiting game once again. By the way, regen ran out. It must be a timed one, that's the only thing I can think of, so it's timed, and then when it runs out there's another move that triggers it. It could be pretty much any of its moves, and I guess the next move it gets, it automatically just starts to regen once again. So there is no like on-off switch, I believe. I think there's only an on switch, and it's a temporary on switch, basically. I think that's what I've got from it. So those 2 misses right there, super unclutch because it doesn't have regen. No, it's a horrible time to be missing. And look, Mega Flare again. You see what I mean? Like, that's an extra 150,000 damage I threw away because I missed twice. So it's definitely annoying. This is the first time where luck and accuracy has become a big problem. If I find that, again, it gets out of my control and I can't win, I guess I'll just up to like 120. And maybe give everyone like a plus 50 accuracy or something. Unlucky there, 2 criticals. Yeah, gained a nice 150,000 HP back there, thank you. Keep using their Mega Elixirs, man, I don't care. Until the end. Thinking, what's the best way to tackle this? I mean, an entrust is not enough. They would both need to entrust, so it's going to be a bit of a pain, but... Okay, entrust again. I just have to stop looking at the regen because it's frustrating to look at. When I see it, I get annoyed. There's just nothing I can do. Without this 5 times aim, I just don't have enough of a shot of hitting this thing, so it's just not worth it. Definitely using a lot of resources here as well, but I just feel like I've got to do it. just keeps slowing me down. It always has a way to slow you down. Only 58,000. Still have plenty of healing waters, but the amount of damage we're taking is just making these healing waters not all that great. Walker's still carrying on the fight here. Fair play to him. But I feel like it probably still has like over 1 million HP at least. At the very least. At this stage I'm really in like a fuck it mode. I need to get this battle won. Just relentlessly bombarding us. Yeah, power break, mental break. That's great. And again, there's so much going on. You're so liable to make a mistake. I'm going to attack. Just wipes away almost half of your attack. Yeah, so we didn't even have time here. I only attacked once, and look, it's aiming for Riku, of course. Fuck you, man. Seriously. Yeah, auto regen is gone here. Great. Unholy Meteor triggers it again, so pretty much it seems like every move it does, it re-triggers. It re-triggers the auto regen. Just thinking, should I? I'm gonna manually auto life and then try to super elixir if I can. I need that lucky run where it just doesn't, where it does a mega flare and it doesn't kill everybody. That's what I've been trying to do, but I just can't get there. Are you gonna give me a turn, Sunshine? Are you actually gonna let me do something here? Okay, Stamina tonic. I'm gonna do this and then final elixir it. Oh, he's probably power broken, so that helped. Pull one of these. Yeah, of course I got 2 attacks back to back. Yeah, just gonna keep up momentum here. I mean, if Mega Flare is next, Riku's got enough to survive it if it's not critical. But I'm still scared enough that it could happen that I'm going to have an insurance policy of at least one character. Picking on Riku again. Thank you. Still hanging in there for now. Okay, here we go. I'm going to entrust early here so that I don't need to once I've run out of MP. Okay, really trying to make a push here. I don't think she has 5 times aim, by the way, so I won't use her for that. Come on! We can do this. Right, again, we need luck here. Come on. Have at least 2 out of 3 of my characters survive here. At least, come on. 3 out of 3 would be perfect, 1 out of 3 would be bad, and 0 out of 3 would just be shit. So let's see. How's your luck? Literally. Oh yes, okay, my luck is in. Good. It probably gets the next move though and KOs Riku. Knowing my luck, yeah, you see? Watch this. Literally worst outcome. Still okay. We're still okay. Only problem is that Riku needs a few turns here before she can get back. I'm just going to go here. Okay, going to mix the super elixir again. The final elixir. There's so many different tiers of names like super, hyper, ultra, final. Okay. So back in business, I'm hoping this means that we can make some quicker progress here. We gotta be nearing the end now. It just keeps picking on Riku. I think Tyus has been slapped like twice this entire battle. Gonna leave Riku alone for now. She won't have a turn for a little while anyway. Just have these lads focus because we don't have a Mega Flare for a while now. So, and this might wake up Riku too. Pretty sure that woke her up. It didn't. It's magic based. I hate Meteor. Such a shitty move. Oh god. Again, not too big a deal. We can full life Riku here. That's fine. As long as the lads aren't in trouble, which they're not. Ah, of course, Auto Phoenix. Forgot about that. Okay, trust. But Riku's turn is still far enough away that I feel like she could die still. Still picking on Riku. This is going to go critical and kill her. Ooh, okay. Well, there you go. That's lucky. Now, for the love of God, can Riku get a turn, please? Nope, she can't. He does not want Riku having a turn. Either we're being unlucky right now. Again, we've seen Unholy Meteor like, what, 3 times in the last 10 moves? Very strange. We have to be careful here. If we get too cavalier, we could end up shooting ourselves in the foot this close to the end. So let's just be wary here. Let it gain its 50,000 if it really wants to. Okay. Gaining 50,000, man. I said I wouldn't look at it, but I can't help it. It's impossible not to. I literally can't out-damage this motherfucker's auto-regen. Just leave Riku alone. This is utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. You're going down, buddy. I don't care how many times you recover your little 50,000. You're going down. Don't give a shit. Oh, Riku got a turn. What a surprise. She'll probably still die on the next one. If it just keeps incessantly slapping Riku, there's not too much I can do anyway, so that's fine. It's just a shame that we have Auto Phoenix here because I can't full life. And when we get to this stage, we're forced to just slow down. There's not much we can do here. So this has just been a horrible series of turns. It's putting up a last stand because it just does not want to die. It knows its race is run and it's just doing everything it can to just slow me down. I'm going to use more fantasy potions to heal because I'm done with waiting for this shit. So let's do that. Yeah, it's Riku again. I mean, at least it's distracted. I'll give it that. I mean, that's something. I'm just going to focus my attention on attacking. But we're almost like unable to keep up at this stage. It's getting close. I'm actually going to use an attack reels here. I'm curious. We've got a bunch of overdrives. Let's at least fire one in. Maybe it does like 200,000-300,000 damage. At this stage, that's useful. Nope. Oh my god, it's less damage than a regular attack. There you go. He literally out-healed it with an auto regen. That's badass. I've got to give it that. Shit. I'm pretty satisfied that I can definitely win this thing if I just up my luck a bit more, which is what I'll do for the next one. And I'll also up my HP enough to definitely survive Mega Flare. That's how you win, basically. Yeah. You see, this would never kill you, basically. So if you survive every Mega Flare, then the battle's won. So that's just something to consider. Okay, let's do a full life on Riku. It's still slapping Riku, by the way. Same thing it's been doing all along. But you can see those 50,000 chunks just coming back. So I think in this particular battle we have to just concede that we've been overpowered still, and that we need like 45,000 HP, and we need this guy to fuck off. We need a little more luck, I think. I think with 45,000 HP you can make do with not having more luck, it's fine, but without that I think it's a struggle. So yeah, I did my best, but it's one of these where I think stats are really going to flip the battle here. It has too many ways to regain HP. I mean, that 86,000 you saw there, and then after Mega Flare it also, because of the auto regen, it regains like 150,000. So it's just like, it's already healed like 5 million HP again in this battle, and it's just like, well, come on, man, that's excessive. So I don't know if Pbirdman will agree that it is excessive, and he'll find ways to sort of limit the amount of auto regen that's going on. Maybe put some on-off switches that will make it happen like 50% as much, because it is a lot. Like this amount of auto regen is just it's pretty bonkers. So it's pretty much on all the time. I think he kind of puts it on and he thinks, oh, you know, after a certain amount of turns it switches itself off, so it's not really auto regen anyway. But if you see in the battle, it's basically 95% auto regen anyway, so I don't think it impacts things enough to not use it, if that makes sense. So I think he needs to change that. And yeah, at this stage I've been withered too much for me to be able to hang with this guy. I can't do it. So I think we're kind of just going to be stuck in a stalemate here until he withers me out, and I've basically got nothing left. And I hate that fancy potions don't heal beyond your current HP. It's only like an after the fact kind of thing. I wish there was a way for him to fix that. Look at that, 28,000 damage. So yeah, he withers you down, and he just, if you haven't beaten him by this stage, then you're not going to win, basically, is the order of the day. You can't use your overdrive to get you out of trouble. There's too many factors here that are at play. But that being said, I mean, another 20 luck and 45,000 HP, and I think you win the battle. You won't be withered out like this, because you just won't need to spend as much time healing. So you can just go. And obviously you won't spend as much time missing either. Oh yeah, everyone's got armor break now as well. Yeah, pretty much everyone has armor break. It's just like, how many of these can you deal with at once? There's been a few times where, like, if only I could have just survived, like a Mega Flare with everybody, it would have made a huge difference, but... Like, that one time I did survive, and then it ended up slapping Riku. It's like, come on, man. Just can't get a foothold, and the entire time it's making it harder and harder because of the wither. You just don't have time to prep and to set things up. You're always just going backwards, so it's really, really tough. In terms of difficulty, I think it's fantastic. This is exactly like where I'd expect it to be. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the battle's too difficult. I'm just saying I have to up my stats to be able to keep up. It's a me problem rather than the battle being too hard problem. But I mean, I don't know, maybe he's watching and he's thinking maybe I did go a little bit overboard, but like for me, I'm saying like this is okay. We literally only have Dark Yojimbo, Dark Maga Sisters, Dark Anima, and of course Penance to go from here. So it's literally about as difficult as it's supposed to get. So here we go. This is like my kind of last stand here. Everyone's back to full HP. And even then, 58,000. So this is why we really just have to fight hard. Okay. Let me just check the situation here. Okay. Now, let's go. I think that regen has stopped, so this is a good chance here. So does even a slap reactivate? This is a good way to find out. A slap does not. That's good to know. I'm still going to go for the Mega Mighty G here. Again, it's like, do you waste some turns here to try and keep Riku alive? Because I'd need like 3. I'd need 3 X potions to do it, or like 2 maybe. I think we've got to try, just in case again I get lucky. I'm going to try here. Ah, we did land a bunch of hits in a row, so I'm still fairly happy with that. Unholy Meteor and then Mega Flare probably. Knowing my luck, I won't have a chance to heal in between. Okay, I did get a chance, but could still be the next move, hence... Again, if it doesn't go critical, I can save it. She's in Sentinel. Have you guys seen just how many times this girl's been slapped in this? It's utterly ridiculous. She's taken a huge percentage of the slaps. An Unholy Meteor. You see what I mean? You're just doing everything it can to just slow you down. Keep slowing you down. Okay, I'm still gonna keep hitting, man. Done with this shit. I'm not even gonna wait for you to land. You can quick pockets yourself, dear. And then I'll probably still do this. all the way down to 38,000. Sheesh. I think... Oh, calm down. This is like the best window of attack I've had for a long time. Very unclutch behavior once again. Just after it healed a nice big 34,000. Thank you. Okay. It's frustrating because it's making me feel like I've still sort of got a chance, but then it's just like, nah, I probably don't. And it's just, oh. I feel like this is one of those battles where Kimari would have been useful. If you have a fully maxed out Kimari, he can probably help you a lot here. Yeah, 2 out of 3 died, of course. And a nice 154 regained. Beautiful. Gonna use that final Mega Elixir here. Trust. Okay. I mean, I'll of course keep on fighting until the end, since I'm not going to re-record the battle. It's going to play out pretty much exactly the same, except it'll be over more quickly because I won't be dying from Mega Flare. But for this particular attempt, I'll give it everything I've got. I think for healing speed I'll go Fantasy Potion again with Waka. Okay. Yeah, the Riku abuse continues. I don't think I've seen a character get singled out like this for a long time. She's taking punishment. I'm just throwing everything I have at it at this stage. 12,000. Yeah, we've got to the stage where I think every time you get hit with a Mega Flare, it's going to cause you big problems. And there's just too many counter attacks and this, that, the other. One thing I might try and bring Auron into the fray, but he doesn't have an armor that can help, so I haven't got him a perfect armor, have I? So that's not going to help the cause either. Yeah, we can barely outdamage it at this stage. So it's really just Riku again, by the way. It's really just ground us out and spat us out here. Unfortunately, the overdrives don't do damage. Like at this point, if I could start to try and rely on overdrives, I might still have a chance. But the overdrives do jack shit, so I can't really do anything with that either. Let's try Blitz Ace for the hell of it. The final hit might do some damage. Maybe I'm close enough that a Blitz Ace can actually get it done. Who knows? So forget these. That's like 17,000 damage. This maybe can still do the max. $13,000. And it out-healed all of it. And just using Unholy Meteor a lot as well. It was not using it this much in the first like half an hour of the battle. Definitely wasn't. I just want to see what armors he has. I don't even know, so what's the point? Yeah, he disappears off the face of the earth. He doesn't have haste for starters, which is already bad enough. I wonder if I should summon Yojimbo for a Zanmato. Maybe. It's just a shame you can't change like weapons and armors and stuff. I think I'm just going to stick to this and just basically... Maybe it's programmed to, by the way. I mean, at this stage I can only assume that there's some sort of like targeting mechanism to it, that this can't be just like its normal, just randomized behavior. I don't think that's the case. Oh, is he above half HP now? There you go. So that's definitive proof that I can't keep up with it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to end this battle here. You guys have seen I gave it my all, and honestly, like, it's a stat problem at the moment. It's not a... I don't think mechanically there's anything I've done wrong here, or like sufficiently wrong to not be able to win this battle. You can see very clearly, if this thing still has over like 2 million HP after all of this onslaught, and I've tried to give it everything, there's really nothing I can do about this. So what I have to do, I think like I've been saying all along, I feel like the major factor has got to be luck. It's got to be accuracy, I think, maybe. And for sure it has to be boosting the HP. I think maybe it might also be worth having a reserve character at this stage, so like make an ultimate armor for Auron and stuff too. Let me see. I mean, because we're so far into the Dark Aeons now at this stage, we're about halfway. I feel like, you know, I haven't upgraded my HP pretty much since the first battle, I think. So I feel like already that's probably a wise thing to do. Let's see. How many do I have? Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of them. Okay. So what I'm likely to do, I'll end this here. I mean, this would already by itself be a pretty long video. I'll leave this as like one video. Mark II, I think, is definitely much, much closer to what we want in terms of difficulty for like high-level players that have already invested so much time into the Pbirdman mod. They're going to be wanting the most challenging of challenging battles once they get to this particular stage. So I personally think it's at the right place. But I do need, I mean, even with 101 luck and 83 accuracy, he was still missing a lot with 5 times aim. So that's a bit of a problem. I don't know if he's kind of gone a bit overboard on that, because we still have Dark Yojimbo, who should have more evasion. You've got Dark Anima, whose luck stat is high. You've got Dark Sandy and Dark Mindy that have very high evasion. So I'll ask him if he thinks that might be a little bit too much. We'll see what he thinks, but honestly, I think once I've got the HP on point, I should be fine. So I will leave you guys for this session. I hope it's been entertaining to see the Mark II version and see me sort of, you know, huff and puff and try and beat it and fail to. Depending on how it goes, maybe, I mean, I could still potentially have another video if it does end up being a really cool battle. I'll still record my winning attempt against Dark Bahamut anyway for the Mark II version, and we'll see how I tackle it. Either I'll make it another video, or I will maybe tack it onto the end of something else, or maybe I'll just say it looks pretty much exactly like what you've already seen, except it was just quicker, so there isn't much reason to show you like another half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour long battle just to see the same things over and over again. So thank you to everybody that's been joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Mark II. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you soon. Take care.